Hi guys, in this video we'll try to understand another important concept called Args and KW ARS inside function. Trust me, this particular concept will help you a lot whenever you are using this particular functional programming in your project. So let's open up our code editor and try to understand this Args and KW ARS inside function. So guys, you can see Args and KW ARS is nothing but they are special Python keywords that are used to pass the variable length of arguments to a function. Okay, I'll tell you after some times actually what I have written here. Now you can see whenever I have written this particular Args and KW ARS, I'm using one special symbol here. This is called star symbol. You can see I'm using this particular star symbol. Whenever you are working with the Args, you have to use only one star symbol. Whenever you are working with KW ARS, you have to use two star symbol. I'll tell you what is the use of this. Okay, no need to worry. Now first of all, let's try to understand this particular Args. Okay, so Args is nothing but it allows us to pass a variable number of non-keywords argument to a function. Okay, so what I've written, I'll just prove it. So for this, actually, let me take one example. Let's say I'll just define a function. Let's say the function name is multiply. Okay, multiply. So this particular function will take, let's say, input. Let's say there are two parameters, a and b. So user will pass a and b, and it will return the multiplication of a and b. Okay, so this is my function. Now let me select the kernel. Now if I call this particular function multiply, and if I pass, let's say, a and b, let's say a is equal to, I will pass 2, and let's say b is equal to, I will pass 3. Now if I execute this particular program, you will see that you will get the output. Now you can also pass the value like that. Let's say I can directly pass 2, 3. Okay, 2 and 3. It will also work fine. Now let's say this is the function you have created. It will only take 2 inputs and it will do the multiplication operation. Now let's say your manager told you I need a function which will calculate actually 3 number. So what you will do, you will again add another parameter here. Let's say c, and here you'll just multiply this particular c as well. Okay, this particular c as well. Now instead of giving 2 input, you will give 3 input right now. Let's say 2, 3, 4. Now if I execute the program, see, it will work fine. Now again your manager, let's say, told you I need a function which will multiply actually 4 input. So again what you will do, again you will take another variable called d. Again you will do the multiplication of d, and again you will pass the value. Okay, so it will work fine. Now let's say your manager told you I need a multiplication function which will multiply actually infinite number. Okay, that means user can give any length of the input. Okay, any length of the that means argument. Okay, here I have given 4 argument. So I need a function which will accept actually infinite length of argument. That means I can give as much as value I can here, but I have to handle internally in this particular situation. So in this particular situation, actually it would be a little bit difficult for you to write this particular function because you don't know what would be the input size. Okay, how many value actually user will pass as an input. Okay, so you can't use this particular approach. That time this particular approach won't be working. So you have to follow some other technique here. Okay, so we can easily handle this particular situation with the help of this particular Args special keyword. Okay, now let me tell you how we can handle this particular situation. So what I can do, I'll just simply copy this particular function, and here I'll paste it. Now see, instead of taking a, b, c, d like that, I'll just write star Args. Okay, star Args like that. Now here I'll just simply remove this particular line, and if I print this particular Args right now, let me show you one thing actually what I want to do exactly. So I'll simply print this particular Args. Okay, here. Now if I execute this particular code, now let's say if I call my multiply function, and inside that, let's say if I pass any input, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on. Okay, that means there is no count. Okay, I can pass any number of input. Okay, it's up to me. Now if I execute the program, you will see that what will happen. Internally it is making one tuple. Okay, internally it is making one tuple whatever input you are giving. So this is the work of this particular Args. Okay, that means star Args. So this particular special keyword will automatically convert your input to a tuple. Okay, tuple. Now we can also give, let's say, some more input. Okay, still it will work. See, still it will work. Internally it is making this particular tuple. Okay, so now what I can do, I can easily apply actually iteration on top of this particular tuple. So I'll just write a for loop here. Here I'll just write for I in this Args. Okay, I in this particular Args, and what I will do, I'll do the multiplication operation. So I'll just simply write here, I will take a variable called product. Okay, product. Initially, this particular product value would be 1. Now, inside this particular for loop, I'll update this particular value. Okay, I'll just write product multiply by, okay, I. Now, once it is done, I will just simply return this particular product. Okay, now if I execute the program, and now let's say I will store the result. So res, because I'm returning this particular product, so that's why I will store in a variable called result. Now I'll simply print this particular result here. Okay, I'll simply print this particular result. Now if I execute the program, you will see that I will get the multiplication output. That means I can add as many of input I can here. Okay, now see, still it will work. That means there is no restriction right now. Okay, there is no input restriction. I can pass any kinds of input and this particular program will work fine. So this program can handle this particular situation very easily. Okay, so this is the work of args. Okay, star args. It allows us to pass a variable number of non-keyword argument. What is non-keyword argument? See, here I'm directly passing the value. Okay, this is called non-keyword argument. And what is keyword argument? I think you remember. Okay, so I think in the previous session I told you there are different types of arguments are available. See, default arguments, positional arguments, and keywords arguments. Okay, now what is keywords argument? Keyword means you are also mentioning the key. That means A is equal to 2, B is equal to 3. You are also mentioning that particular key. This is called keyword argument. Okay, and non-keyword argument means you are not passing any kinds of keyword. Okay, you are not passing any kinds of keyword. That means you are directly so here let me show you. So I think this particular example I can show you. See, you are directly passing this particular value. Okay, this is called non-keyword argument. I hope this is clear. Okay, so that's why we have written it allows to pass a variable number of non-keyword argument to a function. Okay, I hope this part is clear. So this is the work of args inside function, and trust me, you will be using this particular concept a lot going forward, and it will help you a lot. Okay, to write a efficient code, right? Now, one question you can ask me, this particular name should be args only, or I can give any other name. Okay, see, you can give also any other name. See, if I copy this particular function as it is, let me say instead of giving the args, I can also give my name. Okay, star Bappy. Now, all the places you have to replace with this particular name. Now, if I again execute the program, and if I copy paste this particular function calling, still it will work. So name doesn't matter. You can give any kinds of name, but I saw like in Python people are using this particular star args. Okay, this particular name, because this name is very common. Okay, this name is very common, and it is recommended to use this name only, because if you can see this kinds of name, you will automatically get the idea. Okay, this is the Args and KW ARS concept they are using in their code, right? Instead of using any other name. So this should be my suggestion. Always try to use this name. Okay, this will make this particular code more readability. Okay, instead of using any personal name and all. Okay, but if you need any personal name, you can also use it. It will work fine. Okay, only the thing you have to mention this particular star. Okay, before this particular name. Fine. I hope this is clear. So guys, now the next concept we'll be discussing about KW ARS. Okay, so KW ARS is nothing but it allows us to pass any number of keyword argument. Okay, what is keyword argument? I think you remember this is the keyword argument. That means we are mentioning the key and also the value. That means key value pair. Okay, we are like passing as a key value pair, like the dictionary we learned, right? I think you remember. So this is called keyword argument. And keyword argument means that they contain the key value pair like a Python dictionary. Okay, here I've already told you. Now let me show me one example. I think this should be more clear. Let's say I'll just write a program here. The program name should be display. Okay, so let's say this is the function I have created. Okay, now here I'll just mention this particular KW ARS. Okay, so I'll give double star. If you want to mention KW ARS, you have to give double star and just write KW ARS. Fine. Now if I print this particular KW ARS, see what will happen. So if I print this KW ARS, and now if I execute the program, now let me call this particular function, and inside that I will pass some value. Okay, I'll pass some value. See, the value should be in a key value pair. Okay, I have to pass as a key value pair. Let's say I will pass the country with respect to their capital. Let's say first of all I'll just write India is equal to, let's say, Delhi. Let's say Bangladesh is equal to Dhaka, and Sri Lanka, Colombo. Okay, Colombo. So let's say this is my input in this particular function. Now if I execute, so what will happen? See, it will give me as a key value pair. That means it will give me as a dictionary. You can see this is a dictionary. So by default, KW ARS, what it does, it converts the input as a dictionary. You can see this should be my key and this should be my value. This should be my key and this should be my value. Again, this should be my key and this should be my value. So initially what args used to do, it was converting everything to a tuple format. I think you remember it was converting everything in a tuple format, right? But KW args will convert the input in a dictionary format. Now I can apply the dictionary operation. Okay, I can apply the dictionary operation, iteration, anything I can perform, and I can print this particular result. Okay, so what I will do, simply I'll just write one for loop. So I'll just write for key value in KW args. Okay, KW args dot items. Okay, what item will return? It will return both things, like the key and value pair both. Okay, I already discussed this part. Now simply I'll just write print, and I'll print the key. I'll take a AF string, and here I'm going to first of all print the key. Okay, then I will also print the let's say value. Okay, value. Now if I execute the program, see, it will print all the country with respect to their capitals: India, Delhi, Bangladesh, Dhaka, and Sri Lanka, Colombo. Okay, that's how actually you can use this particular KW args. If you want to pass any keyword argument, that time you can use it. And if you don't want to pass any keyword argument, if you want to directly pass, you can use this particular args, let's say a special keyword that time. Fine, this is the idea. Now you can ask me whether I have to give KW args name or not. No, you can give any kinds of name. The same concept you learned for the args only, right? So here you can also give any kinds of name. Let's say I'll give my name. Now here I'll need to only replace my name here. Okay, now if I execute the program, and now if I call the function, see, it will work fine. Okay, there is no error. So this is the concept, guys. You have to remember, because this particular concept will help you a lot going forward. So yes, I hope you got it, and this is all about from this particular video. So thank you for watching this particular video, and I will see you next time.